No Means No Podcast, episode 8, the No Means No Sean episode. Sean's a bitch this week, and he can't make it. But we got the boys. Dommy's back.
Hell yeah.
After his brief hiatus. What's going on today, gentlemen? We're recording during the day, which is always fun.
Which is the reason Sean can't be here, of course. He's got to work.
He's got a normal person
during
job,
the day, yeah.
unlike the rest of us.
God, if Sean didn't have to work during the day, we would have no scheduling problems right now. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
So I hate that I keep catching heat for it.
Wait, what are you catching heat for?
They're always like, oh, Zach can never record at normal human hours. I'm like, well, come on, guys.
Well, neither can I, though.
Well, yeah, I say it about both of you.
Yeah, they roast us, Dommy. But here's my point, Dommy. You and I, that's two. Lucas can record anytime.
Yeah, it's true.
Sean can't record. And Sean's a nighttime recorder. We're daytime recorders, and Lucas is an anytime recorder. That's 2 versus 1 versus 1.
Technically, it's 3 versus 1.
See, but my thing was that I am soon to be a normal 8 to 4:30 scheduler. You know what I'm saying? Like when school starts back up, that'll be my schedule again. So like I'm closer to the Sean boat, I feel like, in the future.
Yeah, but Sean will be unemployed at that time, so it'll be.
That's true. So Sean's on his way to being my schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I wanted Sean to be on here. I wanted to ask if he got that job at Wawa.
I wonder if he's heard back from Wawa.
I think we would have heard about it if he landed that gig.
I think so. I think he had an interview from somebody. I don't remember where.
Who knows? Sean is an enigma.
He's planning on moving though, so we'll see where he scores a sweet gig.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly
Jersey.
what that means that he's moving, because like when is his lease up?
I have no idea.
Is it June or July?
I think he's talked about it, and I think it is sometime during the summer.
Yeah, like if he's moving, he needs to be looking now.
He's definitely gonna be crunched for time, I think.
Yeah, I mean, when we moved from Murfreesboro to Nashville, Luke and I were on that. We were on that shit. Okay, we're like 2 months in advance. We've got a spreadsheet pulled up, different apartments, prices, stuff like that, different areas. We had our shit figured out, and like all the info and everything filled out, like literally a month before we had to move in. We were good to go, signed our lease, everything.
That's the way to do it.
The girls were like last minute, dude.
Oh no.
I mean, last minute. And it sucks when it's last minute.
Yeah, I feel like it sneaks up on you quick though.
Yeah, Sean will be a last minute guy.
He is. He's a last minute type of guy. In most scenarios, I think.
Yes, definitely so. Definitely so.
I think it'll be good for me because when I start looking for places, I'll be looking with Grant and all them. So we'll all kind of be on that at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And Grant's definitely not a last minute kind of guy.
Grant will be on it. He'll be looking.
We'll be ready. We'll be ready for that.
Well, that's
yeah.
good.
He plans ahead. I'm kind of wondering how much starting school is going to sneak up on me, you know, because it's like I've been off basically doing whatever I want for the last little while. And now Lipscomb semester is about to end. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, a whole semester is about to be done. What did I do? You know, what did I do with this semester that was, you know, it like sneaks up on you.
And summer goes by fast.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm wondering, because I've got a couple of things that I have to do before I start. I have to be like, for whatever reason, I have to take, it's like a full day class where I get CPR certified and like EMT certified and all this stuff. You have to take that before you go to school. I saw, I'm supposed to get a COVID booster before I start school, but I'm hoping that if I wait long enough, they'll be like, yeah, just a regular vaccine is good enough. Cause I don't want to get no damn booster.
A booster?
Yeah. I literally have to have all 3 or at least 3 shots. They say.
Holy shit, man.
I know. That's what you get when you go into medicine, bro.
I know, but COVID's not even a thing anymore. Are they?
Well, that's my problem.
Are they checking your flu vaccinations too, at least?
Right, exactly. So it's like,
Are they? Wait, hold on a second. Are they literally not?
they check all of my vaccinations,
Okay,
but I
good,
don't know about flu. I don't know if flu is one of the
They
required
can't
ones.
require you to have a flu vaccine. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, it's
Why not?
It's only the COVID vaccine. That's the only one that people actually try to require people to have. No one ever asks about a regular flu vaccine.
Yeah, no, I assume they're just going to check for my mumps, measles, rubella, all of those ones. And then, of course, COVID. But I think that if I submit to them my 2 shots, I don't think they'll say anything.
Yeah.
If I'm not boosted. And I might test that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go get another shot that I don't need.
They're being very careful now, like with the advertisements for the COVID shots, and it'll be like, because they're doing ads for them that are basically like any other ad, like you've seen for like Claritin D or something.
Yeah,
where it's
I've seen those.
just random shots of old people doing things and like going for bike rides, and then they'll be at the end. They're like, Claritin D may cause cancer in the butthole, anus, rectum, sperm. Your sperm count may go to 0.04%, and your ear might fall off. Like, all that stuff at the end. They have commercials like that with COVID now, but they're very careful about it. They're like, oh, get this Moderna vaccine that's designed to prevent COVID-19. And it's like, did you hear that? Designed to prevent COVID-19. Does it? Does it prevent COVID-19?
No,
it's designed to. Well, does it? Well, it's designed to. So, they're very careful about it.
And I've also noticed in those same commercials, they're now saying, oh no, it's like a person getting a test and they're like, oh no, it's COVID. And being overweight makes me at a significantly higher risk.
Yeah.
Like the person they're being obese makes me at high risk, So now they're even like they're like dashing, like there are still people that are in danger, don't forget about that.
Spacey in House of Cards, when he just like, he'd be like, he's like, oh no, COVID-19, which makes me at a higher risk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what their newest commercials now aren't just like, watch out for COVID. It's like, now they're targeting audiences,
Maybe that should just be like further motivation for, slobs to get into shape.
Right.
Because I am so sick and tired of this crap lately where they're going around and they're like all this body positivity bullshit, like fucking fat models and like all
so
this
bad.
like,
So fat.
we need to like, they're beautiful, they're just as beautiful as the rest of us, all that. No, they're fucking fat, they're obese, they're disgusting, they're slobs. They need to get their shit together.
Right.
That's what it is. If COVID's gonna take them out, that's their fault. COVID's gonna take them out.
It's like, who are we to worry about that?
Yeah, get your shit together. That's you.
And we've also, I've said this quite a few times. I know Zach and I have talked about it. It's like, have you ever seen someone more like obese, right? Like well overweight, who is 70? I don't think I've ever seen one.
No, they all start to lose a lot of weight. Yeah.
Or they die. They're either, if you make it to 70, you are no longer obese. Like that's just how, none of them make it. Most of them die in mid to low 60s.
Yeah.
Like,
I do know a couple.
You know a couple of people in their 70s that are like way overweight?
Only 2. Yeah.
That's incredible.
One of the bartenders at work, I think he's like 76 and he's huge. Like,
wow.
Huge. But he's got a lot of health problems though.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He's really struggling.
You've got to get pretty lucky, like to not die of your health problems
like
at that.
His legs are like a different color.
I'm right now. I've got on the screen these Cosmopolitan magazines from 2021 that are just disgusting, morbidly obese fat women.
Burn them.
And
Burn
it says
them.
just, this is healthy. Right there on the cover, it says, this is healthy.
No,
Like, wrong.
It's not.
11 women on why wellness doesn't have to be one size fits all. But the fact of the matter is, your one size couldn't fit in 99% of clothes.
Right. It's like, and then you'll see articles that are like literally like, why working out may be right wing, or like why exercising consistently may be racist. Like all this like it's like they're literally, it's a pointed attack on health. the fatter and lazier and dumber we all are, the better it is for the media and for the government and for everybody.
Unreal.
The fatties.
They want us all to be fat and gross.
They really do.
I refuse. I won't do it.
I even saw a video of it was 1930s New York, and everybody's got their hats on and their suits, and probably like 600 people go walking by this camera in New York, and not one of them is overweight.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen that.
It's like, what happened here?
Yeah, we're very fat now. Rapidly.
Dude, you go to like Europe and like other countries and stuff like that, like there's not fat people there, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of countries where
there's fat people in Europe.
There's fat people in a lot of other countries, definitely. But dude, there's a lot of countries where there's not.
You're talking about Africa and shit.
Oh, well. Nah, bro, I'm telling you, going through, like, because I've gone through France, Germany, Switzerland, Italy. Dude, you don't see fat people at all.
The UK is pretty fat.
I think the UK is big. So,
but that, I mean, that sounds about right. They're the closest to American culture you can get.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'd be surprised if the Italians weren't a little fat.
No, they're actually not. They're very
they got a lot of carbs in their diet, a lot of sugar.
Yeah, but they don't eat the like we do. They're not gluttonous. They'll eat like small meals, and like they'll just kind of do it throughout the day. They don't eat like the large meals that we do.
And not to mention, I feel like we've got chemicals in
their
a lot
food
of
is
our
so
foods.
much healthier.
Right. We even when we're eating the same foods in terms of like macromolecules, like whether they have the same amount of carbs or the same amount of fats or sugars or whatever. I feel like ours also include a lot of addictive chemicals.
Yeah.
That are causing issues.
Yeah. And especially, I know France. I don't know if Italy's like this. They might be though too, because they're very similar. But I know in France, a lot of the GMOs and all that kind of stuff are banned. You're not even allowed to have that in that country. And a lot of people will grow their own food. A lot of people like to do it that way. So it's like it's very different. Their food is generally a lot healthier than what we have over here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's the Chinese food like?
I wonder, because like me and Lexi were eating some Chinese food the other day, and I was like, she's like, how would Chinese people not be fat? And if they were eating this, and I'm like, they definitely don't eat this, but like, what do they eat?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's definitely not authentic Chinese, the shit that we get over here.
Oh, hell no.
No.
I assume that they do eat a lot of rice.
Noodles.
Yeah, I would think rice, noodles, and a lot of like sushi style, a lot of fish, seafood, a lot of and if you ever try to eat sushi as the only thing in your meal, you'll understand how you could be thin, because you'll eat like, a couple rolls of sushi and you'll be like, I don't really want any more of this sushi, but I haven't even eaten that much.
Dude, totally. Or like shrimp.
Right.
You could have like 30 shrimp. It's like 400 calories.
Yeah.
But you're
and it's got all sorts of healthy fats, and it's seafood is really lean and really good for you.
Yeah, I love shrimp. I just had some shrimp today, some grilled shrimp with a little Cajun seasoning on it. Oh. It's expensive though.
Well, yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah. We had some salmon last week. That was pretty good.
Oh, salmon. That's Sean's favorite.
Sean does like salmon. I like, as far as seafood goes, I think sushi is actually my favorite seafood now.
I mean, yeah, you're talking if we dump it in the soy sauce,
Oh, yeah.
But like,
I actually don't like soy sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like salt water?
Right.
No, it's kind of gross.
I love soy sauce on my shit.
So my thing is that I pretty much, like, if I have, like, let's say some Asian hibachi or whatever, if it was sauceless, I probably wouldn't want to put soy sauce on that. Like, if I've got the chicken and the rice and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really love soy sauce when I just dump it onto something like that. But when I dip the sushi in the soy sauce, I love soy sauce.
Yeah.
So I don't know what, it's weird. I just think that it's really good when I dip sushi in it. But otherwise, I'd prefer to have something like the, whatever mayonnaise based, their delicious salty sauce is at this hibachi place. Or
I usually just like their teriyaki type sauces. Like like if that's on the mood, like the food already, like if it's like a chicken teriyaki or like a beef teriyaki, anything like that, I'm all over that. I don't need any other sauces. That's fine.
I always get this spicy Thai bowl, and it's really hot.
Yes.
So I like to put quite a bit of soy sauce on there to neutralize that a little bit. And because like this place, it just depends on who's cooking. Like it's a 1 to 5 spice level.
I've found that issue with a lot of places where it's like, it's the 1 through 5. So I'm like, okay, let's go safe this time, either a 2 or a 3, right? Just because you never know what it's going to do to your bowels, So it's like, right. So it's like you do a 3 and you're like, okay, that was perfect. Like that tasted great. And then the next time you go back and you're like, let me get a 4. And you're like, that kind of either it goes like ridiculous or it's like that tasted like a 3, and you're like weird, and then you go and you ask for a 5 and you're dead for the next 2 weeks because your ass is burned off. Right,
dude, there's no winning. Truth.
So it's like you never know what chef you're gonna get.
They don't seem to use like a measurement system on the sauce. No. They're just like, that's about a 4.
The guys back there like, a 4, of course. Here we go.
And then they go, well, it's got to be a 5 now, so we got to make this shit hot.
Right.
Yeah, he asked for a 5. This guy likes spicy shit. Let's juice him up a little. And it's like tenfold as hot as a 4. It's like an order of magnitude hotter.
Right, your 4 was a 3 and your 5 is a 10.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking of health, boys.
Oh, you got something healthy there?
You got there.
Yes, the most healthy.
Got there a beer.
Is that our first sponsor of the podcast?
No, it's not, but this is my favorite brewery in New Jersey.
It's a work beer. Pre-work beer.
Oh, nice.
I don't work tonight, so I'm good.
I got a little bit of water.
Oh, there we go.
Got a little H2O.
Dang it, I forgot to get some water. I might be hurting.
This is a 48 ounce.
Maybe if Lexi walks by in the camera, I'll yell at her. Bring me water.
Next week on the pod, I'm going to be sitting right next to Lucas up here.
That's true. Zach's going to be in town.
Let's go.
So I'm going to be right there sitting right next to him, and I'll bring my mic and everything, and we'll just do it at one less camera, I guess. Be perfect.
It'll be
that's nice. And then you can get all the stuff set up on my computer just in case
so
I have to run it.
Yep, you can click one button and start recording.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'll have a lot more availability next week. This week, the Irish bartender went back to Ireland for a week. I have all of his shifts, so I've been busy.
Yeah. What was I going to say about
it's a nice. We're recording early in the week here. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any plans this week they're excited about?
Oh, well, I'm going to Seattle this weekend. That's why.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Seattle?
Yeah.
Visiting Anastasia.
Yeah, so Anastasia was a Lipscomb student that we knew, one of our friends, and she was also an RA for a little bit, and she's now in dental school in Seattle.
Yeah, which is where her family's from too. So she's there like with all her family and all that stuff. But she was probably her and Grant were like 2 of my closest friends, and all of my time at Lipscomb. That was my first friend group. Like the first people that I really got to meet and get close with was Anastasia and Grant.
Yeah, they're really awesome. But you're not just going there to see her, right?
I'm going to be her date to a dance at the dental school thing.
A dental school dance.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
Did you say middle school?
Is. No, dental school.
Dental school.
Oh, not middle school. Oh,
I was like, how old is she? Tommy likes them real young.
Oh my god. No, I like them fat. Remember?
That's right. So when do you leave for that?
Friday morning, like 5 a.m.
Nice.
So I'll get there at like 8 a.m. It'll be nice. So I'll get all day Friday, all day Saturday, and most of Sunday.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'll be
I've
cool.
never been to Seattle.
Me either.
I don't even think I've been that far west. I mean, I've been to California.
Farthest I've gone is Arizona.
So are you flying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's got to be like a 30-hour drive.
30-hour, dude.
One.
It's like 3 days.
Yeah, that is just tough.
That's how long's the flight? Like 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.5, maybe 5. I think it's 4.5 though.
Oh,
That's a
if you guys hear
massive
rip
flight.
ass on the mic at all, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not actual rip ass. I'm playing with this little.
Oh,
I got this in my Easter basket,
that's nice.
and it's a little squishy thing. But every once in a while, it makes a juicy fart sound.
Oh,
Whoa,
I like that.
it's juicing right now.
And so if you hear that, it's not my rip ass. Which, well, it could be my rip ass, but just know that it might not be my rip ass.
So we just have to guess, you know.
Yeah, you just have to guess. Like, you know.
I use my imagination.
You'll have to figure out if it sounds wet enough.
Right. There's a soundboard on Discord now, so I can
yes.
I can activate rip ass anytime.
Dude, that is so cool. Wait, can I open soundboard?
What?
Oh my God.
Wait, how did you open this?
Yeah,
It's down in the bottom left. It's next to start an activity, the little rocket ship.
Open soundboard. No freaking way.
Dude, and we can make our own.
Guys, I'm a silly goose.
That's Colin.
Wow,
Two
this
of them
is
are just
awesome.
Colin talking.
Yeah, this is Colin saying, nice.
Nice. Nice.
That's freaking hilarious.
Oh, we are going to have a bomb-ass soundboard on here.
I know. Like, imagine it in a couple months when we've added a bunch of sounds to it. I want to
hell
add
yeah.
one because I just saw. I was watching a clip of Eris last night. I'm such a big fan of Eris, by the way, in case anybody was curious. But he's playing Tekken, and somebody donates and says, Tekken sucks, play Street Fighter or something like that. And he goes, okay, that's like holding up a sign that says I'm a retard. And I want to get just that. Okay,
clip
that's
of
like
that.
holding up a sign that says I'm a retard. That is so funny. I have
That
the
actually,
clip. I need to upload it and work some magic to get it on.
Hell yeah.
oh,
If
that
you
would
guys
be
have
really
any
funny.
clips of any kind, you two, that you would like me to add to it, please just shoot me the video over at my email.
I know. You ever seen The Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
about you gargle my ball sack?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. We need some
Soldier Boy.
roasts, some funnies, you know?
Soph's here. She said
wow.
she's not saying hi.
Wow.
That's racist.
Kind of rude. I'm not saying hi. She just get off work or something?
Yep.
Nice. She
Just
working
got
a lot,
back.
or
Yeah, totally.
it's good. I bet she's got some cash.
5 days a week.
Bet she's got some cashola.
Well, the thing is that she does, whenever she can get clients for this cryotherapy thing, it's like for toning, right? Like they do cryo on like, wherever you want. Like
They
if you're going to take
freeze
wedding
it.
pictures or something. Yeah, they do cryo on you. And basically to make it most effective, you have to do like 5 sessions or something. And they're like 250 or like $300 per session.
Holy shit.
And so basically if Soph hooks someone in to get the cryo, she makes like 60% of that for
goodness.
so she makes last week in 3 days she made like $1,200 from doing these cryos.
Sweet, dude.
Dude, she's competing with me at this point.
Yes, basically when she's doing cryos she's competing with Dommy and his terrible hours.
Look, my hours are terrible, but the money's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, but I mean, she can do it during the day in like, in 2 hours.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But that's the issue, is getting the clients, because it's not guaranteed.
No.
It's almost like working commission,
Totally, it's commish.
Yeah.
Office.
But yeah, it's
commish
pretty cool.
Gordon. Commissioner Gordon.
Dommy, I was going to say your drink reminded me that this week when Lexi showed up, she bought some hard kombuchas and brought them back. And
Which ones? Is it the
so-
Sierra Nevada?
it's the Strange Beast from Sierra Nevada. And
see,
I've got them, and dude, I love kombucha, right?
yeah.
I think they're freaking awesome.
I like the one, which is it, the watermelon, I think?
This one is the like ginger, lemon, and hibiscus.
Yeah. Oh, the hibiscus. Yeah. No, they have. I think they have like a watermelon mint one that
they have another.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the 4%, isn't it?
Yeah.
This one's 7.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, 7%. It's and the cool thing is that it's basically, when you make kombucha, you get this bacteria yeast culture, and it eats everything up, and it becomes super alcoholic. But then it keeps going, and everything turns into it basically turns itself non-alcoholic. Yeah. But then they do another fermentation with it where they let the thing go again.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool because it's not like, yes, it's hard kombucha, but it's not just like a Truly where it's a mixed drink. I just don't like that. I don't like how it's like they take seltzer and they add vodka. You know, it's like,
no, it's actually brewed.
Right. This is a brewed drink. It's really cool. It's not like they just added some liquor to a kombucha. It's like, no,
that's
liquor?
What sucks with like the Jack Daniels sells little Jack and Coke cans, and it's like
I've seen that.
It's literally just Jack and Coke.
Right.
And it's ass.
Jameson sells the Jameson and ginger drinks.
And it's an ass mix. It's like, I want more JMO in here, or more,
Yeah, you might as well do it yourself.
Yeah, it's always better to do it yourself.
It's
if
literally,
they're just going to make a mixed drink.
Well, the only time that it's good is if you're going somewhere that you can't bring a glass bottle into.
Mm-hmm.
Because it comes in cans.
That's nice.
So if you want a JNC, but you can't bring the glass Jack bottle, then that's perfect. But that's the only situation where it's better, because otherwise it just kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's true. Not the same.
So Dommy, how's the dating life going?
What dating life? That came out of nowhere too. He just like goes right into it.
Well, no, it is a curious question, because you really have never had a quote unquote dating life since I've known you.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because when he first met me, I was with a girl that I was with for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Right. And then we broke up, and I don't give a fuck about women anymore.
Got it. So what's the plan moving forward? You're a single machine? Pump them and dump them kind of guy?
As of right now. No, I mean, not even that. I don't really fuck with women right now.
Well, I don't know. Fair. I don't care if you fuck with women right now. I'm just asking if you take them on dates and stuff.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, yeah. So, like, even if you were interested, where would the avenue be to meet them? You don't want to meet them at work, do you?
Dude, well, that's the thing. Like, it's so weird. Like, now that, like, I mean, like, when you become like an adult and you actually like have to work and you do all like your regular like adult shit, like meeting women, like the only thing you can really do is do it like at a bar. Really, I mean, and you don't want to date girls at a bar. They're all trashy. They're all fucked up. I mean, that's just. No, you don't want that. You
got to work your way into your local church and start serving there, and then meet one at church.
You're not going to find a buttload of women at church either. So it's like, it's a weird situation. Now, every once in a while, I'll find some good ones at like a car meet or something, which is still not like anything fantastic.
Yeah, it's like a little redneck, but
hey, that's where I pick up my women as well, at the car meet.
See, that's the thing, though. South Jersey's redneck. That's like, I mean, so many people don't realize that. Like,
that's where you lock down the punani and the car meet.
Dude, like, literally, you'll get like hella people meeting at like the Wawa. Like, you just go in the parking lot and you hang out there with a bunch of other freaking muscle car heads and some relatively hot women. Sometimes it's just a dude fest, but sometimes there's some hot women. But other than that, I mean. Nada. I get a lot of numbers at the bar when I'm working. Like, I'll get numbers from girls all the time, but half the time it's like, yeah, you're hot right now, but at the same time, like, you're here at a bar getting trashed right now. Do I really want to get anywhere near that? Not really.
Okay, no, I got you. I was just curious because I would, I guess Lucas is.
We lost Lucas.
My camera's being whack here, guys. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Let me try again.
There we go.
I'm back in.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm just. No, look. Honestly, at this point, look. So this is what I'm thinking.
All right,
and Lucas, it stays between us.
Guys, this stays between us and the internet.
We go and we post it.
this is guys. It's just us here. It's just a couple friends, right?
It's just us.
Well, I don't think Trafton watches any of these anyway. Or
no, definitely not.
Or any of the other guys. I don't even think Grant watches him or anything like that.
We need to get him on it.
Watches this
We
show.
do need to get him on this.
Nobody watches this shit.
I've noticed. You know who watches it, and I guarantee this. Sean watches it. Go
Really?
look,
I actually
look
watch.
at the view counts. When Sean's on, it goes up by like 50% because he pops in every once in a while and watches a segment of it, and he's racking up views. Go
Is
look
that
at
why
him.
we have views?
Dude, totally. It's hilarious.
We were getting views from like 30 random people.
I bet you it's just Sean popping in and out every once in a while.
Yeah, you're right.
I watch them, but that's only one view, you know?
Yeah.
I do an audio check. Like once it's uploaded, I skim through it and make sure, but I don't really listen to it. I listen to a segment if I thought that a segment was really funny while we were recording it. I'm like, was that really funny? Let me go listen to that. And like I was listening to this segment we did last week. I think last week where we were talking about we were taking this how homosexual are you test. And I was like, I get why, this is I think this is a good show. I think it's a good podcast that we do here.
Yeah.
What I do got to start doing is working on the descriptions, the tags, like video tags, to see if I can get a little more SEO, because I could search engine optimize these way better than I am.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, we are the first thing that pops up when you type in no means no.
Yeah.
If you type
I think one of the things that I saw before is if you what's the word? If you get a transcription, then that's a really good way to search engine optimize, because then people can look up certain things, and if it's in any of our transcriptions, our video will show up.
Right, it is, but we would have to have it automatically transcribed, because I'm not going to sit here and.
Well, yeah, but there are things to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
think a big
That was
thing,
pretty good.
A big thing would just be doing the tags better, because YouTube changes all the time, the way that its search engine is optimized and the way that the home screen works and all that kind of stuff, and the subscription tab. So it would be pretty helpful if I did a little research into 2023 search engine optimization on YouTube, because I mean, back in the day, it's like, White Boy 7th Street used to just put a bunch of other YouTubers' names in his tags.
Yeah.
In his tags on a White Boy video, if you could pull him up, it would say Woody's gamer tag, Wings of Redemption, FPS Russia. And that was enough that if you typed in, White Boy or, FPS Russia white, white collar bomb, whatever it was, it would be like, oh, FPS Russia, white, and White Boy 7th Street, and White Boy's video would pop up there.
Yeah.
So he was like
you need to tag every single hot button issue that we ever talk about in our podcast.
Or don't talk about. The other thing that'd be good is if we could start doing some clips, like just highlights.
So I was going to say that when you come here and get signed in on everything, we should also look into, because I just need access to the channel. Yeah. And then whatever is the best way to get clips, like download the MP3 and then cut it or whatever. But I would totally start posting just funny little segments from the podcast. It's super easy. I just cut 30 seconds out, post it on YouTube Shorts or whatever. And it's like, I think if we have a YouTube Shorts, like a consistent, because we can get 7 or 8 shorts from a podcast, it's like, it's easy. We've already got 50, I
see Chungus in the background there, just wandering. Look at him.
Oh yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah, who's the other one? Is that Baby?
It's Pumpkin.
Oh, it's Pumpus. You guys have not done a good job of hanging up your artwork.
No, dude, Mom had these out literally like the day we moved in, and she just doesn't know how she wants to hang them up. So it's kind of fallen to the wayside.
You got to get like a big collage going.
That's what they were trying. She had them laid out on the floor to see what it would look like, and she just didn't like it. So I don't know what's going to happen.
So is there a TV up there in the loft?
Yeah, it's over here.
Which one is it?
It's the one that was in the living room.
Just 65-inch?
Right. And Dan bought a 55-inch for downstairs that we're now starting to think might need to become a 65-inch.
He should blow some of that double D cash on like an OLED, something with really good colors.
He got something. I think it's a QLED though.
Yeah, that's a good one too. If you want the like a TV where you look at it and go, holy shit,
Right.
You want to spend about $1,600 on that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, they can be expensive, but they can also be really cheap.
Yeah, they can. It's literally the colors. That's all. That's the main difference is going to be the colors.
Yeah.
TVs are like the only product in all of history that are priced like accurately. I feel like they've gotten cheaper as we've gotten better at making them. Mm-hmm. They are a reasonable price. Like, think of anything else, any other technology since it's been invented that has gotten cheaper.
Can't do it.
Like, TVs are perfectly priced.
Oh, I got a good one for you. I was talking about this.
Hose?
Have they gotten cheaper? I wonder.
They, kind of.
Yes. Trust me. Yes.
All right, so the hose have gotten cheaper.
We get them all for free on the internet now. Come on, dude.
That's a good point.
My friend
everywhere.
Luke always points out that the guy doing the Arizona tea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's still 99 cents for the last
pretty
30
miraculous.
years. Inflation.
They won't raise it.
Inflation,
the day that they raise it, that's when we know we're in trouble.
I guess it's reverse in this world. So inflation is straight sometimes. Yeah. And you don't see the price change in Arizona teas.
No.
They're literally just taking a hit.
Yeah, they must be, but it's probably worth it.
Yeah, I mean,
because then people talk about it.
Luke
exactly.
buys them.
A lot of people buy it.
I don't buy them because I don't like tea. Well, I do like tea, but I don't like cold tea, and I don't like sweet tea.
I drink their green tea.
Yeah, green tea is good. I don't like unsweet or sweet tea. Because
I like sweet tea.
The South.
Yeah, I don't really drink any cold unsweetened teas. I drink hot unsweetened teas.
Yeah, hot unsweet tea is pretty good. There's an old Wings of Redemption clip where Joe Lozon's on Painkiller already, and Joe Lozon's from Boston, and Woody kind of goes, "Do you guys know shit about sweet tea in Boston?" And Wings goes, "Y'all motherfuckers don't got sweet tea." He was just so upset, this 450-pound guy, so upset. And Joe goes, "Wings, you want to lose weight? Stop drinking sweet tea. Drink water." And he goes, "I'm not talking about that 1 cup of sugar bullshit either. I'm talking 2 cups sweet tea." And they're like, "Joe, he can't seem to hear you over the sound of his sweet tea."
That's Mike Smith style sweet tea.
That is Mike Smith style, dude. That shit is.
Does he do do some fucking 2 cup sugar in a pitcher sweet tea?
Dude, he does more than 2 cups.
We put a lot.
1/3. It's 1/3 whatever the amount of liquid is. Sugar. Right. And I'm not even kidding. That's literally how he measures it.
It's like so much.
It's like this much. You want to do like about 1/3 of the amount of liquid in there.
Oh my god! It's like so much that the tea can't even absolve all of it. So it's sitting at the bottom, and you're like,
"Oh, this is because otherwise it won't dissolve all of it."
You get the tea with the sugar just dripping into your mouth.
Dude, that's my favorite at the end when there's sugar at the end and you just grab a handful of sugar.
Soppy, wet sugar.
Oh, so good. Whoa, guys, awesome. Chungus is over here cleaning himself. You think I can get a shot?
Yeah, get a shot.
He's doing the self-suck?
Get a shot of him.
Let me see if I can get a shot of Chungus. Oh. Is he on camera?
Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting after it.
Look at Chungus, man. God, Chungus. Oh. Nice.
You need to start throwing money at him, man. He's going at it. He's working for you.
Performance for you.
He's licking his feet.
Lucas, I'm curious. Have you guys been chilling more in the living room or in the loft? Or do you guys
since the TV and the new couch downstairs is huge. Like you can sit on one end and the other end and like yell to each other. Like, hey, how's the show? It's really nice. So ever since that got put in, the TV and the couch and everything, we've been downstairs way more.
Okay, nice.
As a matter of fact, I've been underusing the loft. Big time.
The loft, I feel, would be nice if you and Lexi wanted to just have some time away from the family to watch a movie or something.
That's the thing that's nice about it is that there's 2 like living spaces where like you can come up here and watch whatever you want while they're down there, having dinner or watching a movie or something. It's like you can basically have 2 families in here.
Is that where you have your PlayStation?
It's in my room because I use it as my I use it like it's a Roku. I don't even use the TV. Yeah. I just use my PlayStation as a entertainment system.
Nice.
But yeah, if it were to be somewhere else, it would definitely be in the loft. That would be a good spot for it.
Now, you guys don't have a basement, right? Because it's North Carolina.
There's no basements around here.
Yeah.
But we do have we have an attic, and we've got the loft, obviously, and then we've got Dan and I hung a bunch of ceiling shelves in the garage so that all the stuff that was stored in the basement is now up on shelves in the garage.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, and Dan's getting all pissed. It was so funny. Oh, he gets so mad when we're building stuff.
About stuff that does not matter.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's like the tiniest thing, and you just can't, like, it makes it kind of fun for me. And it's just kind of like...
He laughs at himself.
He does. He knows it's funny, but in the moment, it's not funny.
No, he's pissed about it. And
why does he get so mad?
It's just how he is. Like, we'll be measuring something, and something will, a screw will drop and fall, and he'll go, fuck, like.
What?
And then you'll sort of make fun of him about it. Like 30 seconds later, you'll be like, "Don't drop that," or you'll have to, scream at the wall, and he'll just turn and look at you and go, "Well, this is bullshit," and he'll be laughing to himself, turned into like Arthur Spooner from King of Queens.
Yeah, dude, me and Soph and him were trying to put a carpet under their bed, right? And so it's a giant rug that we're trying to slide under their bed, and it's a pretty big bed frame, and the slats in the middle all have poles, right? Because you don't want the middle of the bed to just it's got to have poles holding it up, right? Support, so we're starting to slide it under, and it just keeps getting caught on these little feet underneath the middle. And at one point where it gets caught like for the fourth time, and Dan just turns in at the desk and just goes and just punches. I know. I'm looking at I'm like I'm like,
you're just sitting there.
And Soph's over there like, and dude, it's just and then he's like, all right, now let's do this. It's like we're back at it. And eventually I figured out that I literally just dragged the bed onto the carpet, and then we pulled the carpet and the bed back into place.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's nothing to freak out about, guys.
That's amazing.
It's just so good because I can picture him.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Dude, I love your dad. I gotta see more of him.
I know.
I gotta go down and visit.
Yeah, you need to come here. We've got the whole loft for you.
I know, seriously.
You could get really sexy on that couch right there.
Yeah.
I mean, can I not just get real
yourself.
sexy anywhere I go? Does it have to be on that couch?
The couch would help.
Particularly the couch. Yeah,
it would help.
Primarily, I would say. Couch in the bathroom. Dommy's sexiest when he's laying down a steamer.
Dude, you don't even know. Like,
you just walk in on Dommy, he's like,
see, now look now, Zach, I text you guys, but like Lucas knows when we were in high rise, I'd snap them.
Oh yeah.
The poo, or the face during the poo, or the penis during the poo? I mean, what kind of
the struggle? Like, you could see the struggle in my face. Like,
the sweat dripping.
Dude, I'd be sweating. Like, I have to take the shirt off because I'm like starting a war in the bathroom. Like, bro, you have no idea. Like, because we would go to freaking places like Flaming Bird and Prince's. Prince's was the worst time of my life.
It's so bad.
Now, tell everybody what Princess is.
So Prince's is like the first Nashville hot chicken place ever opened, right? Like that's what I've heard, at least, is that it was one of the earliest Nashville hot chickens ever.
They started the trend, yeah.
Right, and hilarious story. I don't even think Dominic went the first time I went there.
I don't think I did the first time.
So the
second time we bought a huge group.
Yeah, and it was. Dude, it's brutal on your ass. I mean, there's something in the Prince's sauce recipe that just and I even tried going milder the next time I went. It wasn't even spicy when I ate it the second time. I was like, I'm going straight mild. Let's see what happens. And I still had stomach issues.
the rest of us, literally all of us, are like sweating, like drenched in sweat, sweating through our shirts. We're like freaking out. Our mouths are freaking. Tyler Smeltzer's sitting there screaming, "This place is evil! It's evil!"
Dude, that was the funniest trip to Prince's I've ever. So we all that was the story that I was thinking of, the funniest one. We all of us buddies, we go there and we're eating the food, whatever, and our buddy Tyler is literally just flipping out. Apparently he's never eaten anything spicy before, but yeah, he's literally like going psycho. He's hallucinating. And we get in the car to go back home, and we're like, we're 10 minutes from Lipscomb, and I'm like,
everyone
guys,
has to shit.
Yeah. I'm like, guys, if we're going somewhere, I got to go to the bathroom immediately. Like, if we're not going straight back to Lipscomb, it has to be a place with a bathroom. So we go to a Kroger, and I'm talking, it's been 15 minutes since I ate the wings, or since I ate the chicken. 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes since I eat the chicken, and I've destroyed a Kroger restroom. I mean, it was a system flush in that crazy. Kroger.
Hey,
and I walk out, and in goes Trafton.
Oh no, poor Trafton. Have you guys ever seen a toilet that's like you pop, like maybe you're in a gas station or something, you pop in there and there's shit everywhere on
it's just
it.
A crime scene.
And you're like, how did this happen? How did you get poo on the seat? Is your asshole this big and you just sit your whole asshole on there? Like, how does this happen?
So this actually reminds me of a story from when I was really little, right? So we forgot to ask Sean about his little kid poop story. But
we gotta get Sean on next time. Yeah,
I've got one of my own now that I just remembered that was at Sean's house.
Oh no.
Oh.
I must have been like literally in first grade, like kindergarten, first grade. I mean, we were like really young, right? Mm-hmm. And I go in there and I take a dump, and I don't remember how, but I wipe and everything. And it almost, like, the memory to me is like I was a drunk little kid. It's almost like I was drunk in the bathroom. Like I was like somehow getting poop. It ended up on the walls and some on the ceiling. And I would, mind you, this was not when I was like 2. This is when I'm like 9, like 8 or 9. And I have no clue how I ended up, but Kim Hisano swears that there was poop on the ceiling of the bathroom. It's like I was throwing it. I don't remember what happened.
Like a wiping problem.
I must have had some sort of wiping issue. It's like I was like roofied or something, and I go into the bathroom and I'm like,
how do you guys wipe? Do you wipe under or around?
As Paul would say, he was actually retarded for a minute.
Actually retarded. It's a front to back situation.
You wipe front from penis to butthole?
Well, yeah, because you don't want to wipe poop into your balls.
No, that's wrong. That's just gross.
No, listen, I get that is a problem for chicks, but if you get poo on your balls, you can just wipe it right off your balls.
But I don't want to have to clean my balls too.
Yeah, no, that's
Listen, well, normally this isn't a problem for me because I like to shit right before a shower. So like
that helps.
I pop right in the shower. I pop out of the shower. Sometimes I do a little flossing on accident. Oh, so that's a good poo story.
I got
lied.
Nail polish.
Oh, nice nail polish. So
new nail polish. Zach says nice nail polish.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but
right, I've got a poop
Lucas,
story
I want you to finish your poop story first. Is that really it? What happened after they found the poop?
Apparently, Kim cleaned it up, and that's it. She was just
horrifying.
Like Lucas.
Did she tell?
Was just like. I think she told my mom. And
Sean make fun of you?
I don't even know if he remembers this. I don't know. I don't know if he was aware of what had happened in there, but it was bad.
Well, he
like
won't watch this episode because he's not on it and he's too narcissistic to not watch it. He'll never know.
He'll never know.
My poop story is much more recent than Lucas's poop story. It's probably 3-4 years ago.
Do we need to make a little slideshow segment to when we're initiating poop time?
Yes, we might have
to. The No Means No podcast welcomes you to the Poopy Hour. Sponsored by Charmin. You know, we need a sponsor.
We need a sponsor, dude.
We need a butthole sponsor. But basically, we're all in a hotel room, the family. And it's morning time, so it's like 11. Everybody else is showered and everything. They're like, Zach, I sleep in the most in the family for the most part. They're like, Zach, get up, get showered, let's get it going. So I'm like, okay, get up. I drink a coffee, which that's the source.
That'll get you.
That's the source of the problem, right? That's my diuretic. So I pop in the bathroom, rip a really stinky poop, and then pop right in the shower. So I'm hanging out in the shower for like 3, 4, 5 minutes. People keep coming in and out of the bathroom because I don't know if you guys have this experience when you're with your family. It's like you're not allowed to lock the bathroom door while you're showering, which is like, that's how I like to shower, totally by myself.
Well, it's like when you're in a hotel, if someone has to piss and you're taking a 15-minute shower, it's kind of like, what the hell, man?
Right. So they'll pop in or they're brushing their teeth or, I got to do my hair like while I'm showering. So I was kind of like rushing through my shower, and I popped out of the shower, and I like to do a technique. So I'm washing myself off with the towel, right, doing the whole thing, and I like when I pop out of the shower, I like to do something called flossing.
The technique,
sort of the Mr. Krabs with his first dollar. You got the towel, and you're going back and forth. Underneath you, in between your legs. And what I had discovered upon finishing that is that I had not wiped, and I did not get the poo out of my asshole region in the shower. Oh, no. So we had and not a little bit of brown on the white towel, a whole poo, like a whole turd. So now every time I go to the bathroom at a hotel, inevitably Sophia or somebody will say, "It was Soph, I think, that found it." Yeah, Sophia. They'll inevitably say, "Hey, no flossing." Yeah. So that's my poop story.
That was brutal.
Dommy, I'm sure you have a good poo story too, right?
But I think my favorite one is not even me. It's like, wasn't even me who pooped. But it's like, so, all right, look, I've got a lot of really like nasty bathroom stories at the bar where I work.
Okay.
Because these freaking drunken idiots are crazy. And as a bar back in the beginning, I had to clean up all that shit.
Oh.
So one year, it's probably like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, God.
There's like a bunch of people coming up to the bar complaining that something happened in the bathroom, and they're getting all like upset. They're like, you need to go in the bathroom. You need to clean this shit up. Like, so it's bad. Somebody pooped in the bathroom. So I'm thinking, like, from up through the years, I'm like, somebody probably.
Sorry, I didn't realize you're here.
Yeah,
I got the notification I was tired of here. So I just want to burn it.
Oh, there's always like a stranger in Dommy's world.
So they're all complaining. They're like, I'm thinking like, oh, somebody probably just shit and just missed the toilet. It's probably all over the toilet or something like that. No. I go into the bathroom, and right there, right clear as day, in the corner of the bathroom on the floor, is a long, like, curled up turd. Like they just took a squat and shat on the floor in the corner.
No.
And everyone in there, they're like, apparently, and I don't know because I don't have a sense of smell, but they're all freaking out because they're like, this is the worst smelling shit we have ever like had in our entire. Or
it was rancid.
So you're kind of awful. Perfect for this job.
Well, so usually like that's why they always have me do it. But at that point I wasn't like the newbie anymore. Like, so usually we have the newbie do it. I was like, fuck that. I'm not fucking touching that shit. So I go over to the newbie and I go, that's you, man. Have fun. In the time that it took for me to go over to him and tell him to go to the bathroom and for him to go to the bathroom, and literally it was like 40 seconds. It was not even a minute. In that time, the idiots in the bathroom had picked it up and thrown it all over the walls.
Oh, no.
So it was everywhere. It was all over. It was on the sink. It was on the mirror. It was all over the urinal. There's a big trough. It was all over the trough. It's on the walls. It's on the ceiling. It was disgusting.
Oh,
so
God.
This was like the end of the night. So apparently in doing that, the smell got like 100 times worse and it cleared the whole bar out. everyone left. They were like, we can't do this.
Dude, a bunch of drunken idiots throwing poop at the walls.
It was disgusting. They're a bunch of freaking monkeys, man.
Straight
Could not
up.
believe it. And then we ended up just leaving it because we have a cleaning crew that come at the end of the night anyway. We said, fuck that. We're not touching that. So we're like, we're just going to leave it. And the cleaning crew comes in and they're all like, what the fuck is that smell? What is going on? We're just like, we got to go. We just left.
This has been the Poopy Hour with the No Means No podcast.
Hell yeah.
It's perfect. Oh, the soundboard.
I love it.
You gotta have the poop soundboard when you go into the Poopy Hour with No Means No.
Hell yeah.
All right, boys, I have one other thing that I had up here ready for the podcast.
Let's see what we got.
It's a thing that I made for Double D back when I was in kindergarten.
Let's take a look
Kindergarten
at that.
2007.
Oh my God.
It's a little booklet I made for Father's Day. And I wanted you guys to see how much of a retard I was back in kindergarten.
Let's take a look at that.
So the first one is this forwards for you guys or is it backwards?
It's
forward.
perfect.
Oh,
My dad.
Good. Yeah, so it says, my dad is the nicest dad in the world. His name is Dan with a backwards capital D, right? And then it says, he is as strong as a FORWLR, which I can only assume means four-wheeler?
Something like that.
He is as strong as a four-wheeler, so that's good. I like to leave out vowels.
Let me put you on the. Let me put you on a big screen here.
On the big screen for story time.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Does
Okay,
it keep
perfect.
going? Oh, it does.
It's a couple pages of this booklet, and it's pretty magnificent. Let me turn my mic. There we go. It says he is 34 years old. He has blue eyes and black hair without a C. He weighs 500 pounds and is 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a real guess, or were you goofing?
The teacher was probably like, "Oh God,
I can't wait for parent-teacher conferences with this guy. You're gonna have to
Poor
wheel him in
Mrs.
here."
Ricardo. Mrs. Ricardo thought that Dan was gonna be a freaking monster."
Dude, so it's funny. Double D hasn't had black hair in so long.
That's true.
It's hard to even picture it.
Yeah, it's been brown.
Well, it's always been brown, really. You probably
But he had really dark brown.
It was dark brown, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the next page, which is almost the last page, we got 2 more pages.
God, I love it.
It starts with his favorite food is backwards capital N OTHOS, which I think might be nachos.
Nachos, yeah. Nathos.
Nathos.
Not hose.
Not hose. That's definitely not his favorite food.
Dude, you sucked at writing.
I know. I'm telling you, I was a little kindergarten
Why was
read.
everything backwards?
I don't know, man. I hadn't learned how to write, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, why did they have you doing this when you didn't know how to write yet?
I guess this was just a really advanced lesson.
This is an AP lesson. This is advanced placement.
So this next one, no one can figure out.
All right, hit me.
In the good old days when he was little, he used to IVON or H AILA. Ivana Illa. I think I just wrote gibberish.
What I like how Mrs. Ricardo
She
just was like A+.
She just let it roll.
They're
I mean,
totally babysitters.
it's right. It's just a thing for me to give to Double, like as like Happy Father's Day, So he reads it and he's like, "Thank you, son." That's
yeah,
it.
I
like,
think
my
I
kid's
saw.
retarded.
What was it? There's like some post going around that was like a kindergartner got sent home with a 1 out of 8 written at the top of their little paper, and the mom calls the teacher and goes, "Wow, she got all the answers right. Why did she get a 1 out of 8 on this?" And the teacher goes, "Ma'am, that was the date we did the assignment. We don't grade kindergartners."
Oh my!
It's a kindergartner, bro. That's funny. So the last 2. His favorite chore to do around the house is trend the garbage. Definitely take out the garbage.
Take out the trash.
I just left a lot of vowels out for some reason. And then I wouldn't trade my dad for a toy.
Oh,
wow,
you wouldn't.
that's big.
That's a big deal because we were really into Transformers, Bionicles, Legos.
Right.
At the time.
And I wouldn't trade him for a toy.
Do it.
Dude, that's huge. As a kid, I probably would have traded my dad for a cupcake.
And you can't even smell a cupcake, so.
No, that's fact.
That's pretty sweet.
So that was my story time. Dan found that in one of the old upper totes. So I figured I'd read it.
Well, when you're
like
a doctor someday, you should just hang that up in your office as like motivation for people.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look how stupid I was when I was 6.
I was an idiot in kindergarten.
Yeah. So I would do that.
I also completed my Mandalorian helmet.
Oh,
Hey, those
Pretty
things
cool,
are
right?
sick.
dude. What is it? Second to last episode tonight?
Yeah, I'm not caught up though. I've heard that there was some serious hate coming at it for some shaky acting or something.
No, so the last week's episode, it's kind of like it's not even shaky acting necessarily. It's just because they're doing something that like we never thought that Mandalorian like would do. Like they're just adding in character, or they're adding in like stars, like that's taking away from the actual show. Like I don't know if you've seen any of the like
Jack Black and
yeah,
Lizzo.
Jack Black.
I saw that Jack Black was going to be in it.
And Lizzo. And,
Yes, that's what Dan was saying. Yeah,
it's retarded.
That is
like,
weird. Jack Black would throw me off big time.
It's retarded.
I'll be
It's like
like, it's
they're
Jablinski.
turning it more like Disney, like wokeified. Like it's little, like that's almost more little kiddish than it is like than how the rest of the Mandalorian show kind of fits together. It's really weird.
Yeah,
weird.
so I think I've seen the first 3, and I will watch the rest. But that's what I've heard is that there was some weirdness going on.
And I'm a
Like, don't get me
massive
wrong, you know I love
Jack
Jack Black, but like,
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. It was just Disneyfied, if you know what I mean.
You can smell the Disney in like
Yes.
everything they do. I don't know if you guys saw. I've been playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, and I don't know if you guys saw, but they recently launched microtransactions in that game,
Oh no!
and they strategically did it about 2 weeks after the game came out, so that it wouldn't be in any of the first reviews.
Oh,
This
That's
game
about
gets
right.
positive reviews. Now we dump microtransactions on them, and it's most of it's cosmetic, but there is a full weapon upgrade ticket that you can buy, and it's like, first of all, it's a single player game, so if people want to spend an extra $40 on this and get everything else, it's like good for you.
that's true. It's fair game. It's single player. It's not a huge
And
deal.
it doesn't really bother me that much, but what bothers me is like, okay, so you really know that customers don't like this, but you had to force it in there regardless. You just had to. You just couldn't help yourself, could you, Capcom? Like, you couldn't help but and I get it. Like, the price of games really hasn't gone up in the last decade.
Yeah.
And it probably should. But I would almost rather pay an extra $10 for a game than have you constantly try and sell me extra stuff. Like, I just want to have everything.
I want to have the ability to unlock everything by playing the game.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm fine.
But that's not all of it, though, Lucas, because what they'll do is they'll say, oh, of course, dude, you can unlock everything in our game by playing it. If you have 10,000 hours to dump into this video game. It's like, no. I want to be able to do it reasonably. It should be a grind, but it shouldn't be an unreasonable grind. Like with Elden Ring, I'm like 75 hours in, and I feel like I am still discovering new things to do. That's fucking crazy. That's a game that I'll give $15 when their DLC comes out. You know, they just announced DLC. I'm going to pay for that DLC, dude. Because that game,
there's more game to play, you know.
that's a freaking quality game that they put out that takes 70 plus hours to beat. And I truly believe that they didn't have the DLC ready when the game came out. It's like they've still been working on it. Now, if your DLC is done on day one and you're just waiting to charge people extra for it, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Just include it.
That's messed up.
I like games I like games that are art pieces, not money, not business, decisions.
So, I really like Civilization. I don't know if you guys have ever played that game, but that's like I love Civ.
Civ 5 or 6?
Civ was like the OG. That was always my favorite. But I don't mind 6 because 6. I feel like they did a lot of really cool things in 6. I just don't like the animation of 6. If you know what I'm saying.
Just the look doesn't really do it for you.
Yeah, they kind of made it more like animated, kind of like
cartoony.
Cartoony, yeah. Whereas 5 was totally more like realistic.
Yeah,
but
Civ
the gameplay was less.
Really good game.
Huh?
Civ 5's a great game.
Oh, Civ 5 was a fantastic game. But I love what they did in Civ 6 for gameplay.
Yeah, my buddy Luke Brantaver, huge fan. Huge fan.
But their DLCs cost like freaking like $60 though. That's the problem.
Yeah, they add a bunch of new civs and stuff to try out, and it ends up being a bunch of extra cash that you have to spend if you want, to use those civs. And sometimes those civs are really good.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's one of those games you can spend like hundreds of hours on, and it's different every time.
Yeah, I mean, a single game of Civ takes like 12 hours on average.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous how long those games are. And then, like, if you're playing multiplayer, you can, like, save and come back, I think, but...
Yeah, you guys can go back to it. Like me and my brother had a Civ game that we played for, like, 3 months, where we would go, like, back... Like, we would get together, like, an hour, like, every 2 weeks or something like that, or, like, 2 hours, 3 hours, like, every week or something for, like, a while. And we'd just go back and forth. And it was the same game, just adding on to it. And it was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's one of the cool. It's kind of like having just a chess board or a Monopoly board on your table, and you just go by and you make one move, and you're like, okay, we'll get back to it because it's turn based. So, and as the turns get longer exponentially.
Oh yeah, towards the end, like when you're like having wars and stuff. I mean, your turn, like one single turn, could take like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So it gets once you get up into the higher rounds of that game, it takes a long time to do even one turn. So.
But yeah, it's like something like that when they charge you, it's like, okay, well, I feel like you guys created a really cool game and you weren't just trying to steal my money here. You've actually like worked hard to create a game that I spend a lot of time on and that is replayable and that doesn't this doesn't seem like that much of a money grab,
Right.
Civ is really good at like listening to fans and stuff. Like what fans go out and put like say on the internet, Civ, like the creators and whoever, like they actually like look and read that stuff and they pay attention and they do whatever they can to try and make the fan base happy. They're really good that way.
I mean, it's so classic for money to ruin art, especially in movies. Like it's not just video games. It's like it actually reminds me that I forgot to look into this, but Dad told me a couple days ago that they are making 3 more Star Wars movies. Wow. Did you guys see that?
No. Say that again?
They're making 3 more Star Wars movies.
Yeah. No, I did see that. Yeah. No, it's bullshit. And they're basing it on Rey. They're basing it on Rey.
Yes. Like
retarded.
Is anyone listening?
No, they don't give a fuck about us.
It's just ridiculous. I can't believe it. And so, like, you think that the sequel trilogy went that well that you want to use Rey again and make 3 more movies?
I mean,
no, literally, it was universally hated.
It's universally hated, and that is because the reason that there's going to be more is money ruining art.
Yeah,
it's very, very sad.
Yeah,
I hate Disney. I absolutely hate Disney.
Me too.
It's pretty hard to tell exactly what's TV and what's movies here, but it looks like we got a couple. Here's the timeline. We got Dawn of the Jedi, The Old Republic, The High Republic, Fall of the Jedi, Reign of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, The New Republic, and Rise of the First Order. So it's really hard for me to tell exactly what I'm looking at there, but those are the titles for the upcoming things, which who knows how long it'll take for them to make all that.
All of those titles sounded like them filling in plot holes. Like, did it not? Like the Rise of the First Order. They're like trying to like. They're like, here's how we got to episode 7. Yeah. here's what happened. Because none of this crap makes any sense.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I just hope that the Old Republic is sick.
Mm-hmm.
The Old Republic has to be cool. I mean, I love the games and stuff that they made on that are really, really cool.
Yeah, all the cinematic
Yeah.
Yeah,
trailers.
Everybody wants Keanu. Shit.
Oh.
Everybody wants Keanu
100%.
as Revan.
He's so sick. Well, that reminds me, I saw John Wick 4, which Dominic hasn't seen any John Wicks, which is insane.
I haven't seen the fourth, but
you haven't seen the fourth. It was super fun to watch. It was pretty dang long, like almost too long.
How long are we talking?
I think it was like it must be like 2.5. I mean, it was long for a John Wick movie.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing about it that I just wanted to mention is that John Wick totally uses nunchucks for like 7 straight minutes.
Oh,
and
that's
he's just wailing on people with nunchucks, and afterwards he like flips them around and stuff, and then he'll like put it around his neck and pull out his pistol, and he's like running with the nunchucks on his neck. And
oh, that's freaking awesome.
he'll like hold up his coat, take a bunch of bullets, and then pop, nunchucks come out, and he's like beating on people with nunchucks. It was very fun to watch. I didn't know I needed that until I saw it.
Yeah, dude. John Wick with nunchucks would be pretty freaking sick.
So yeah, I'll have to watch that again on YouTube because it was it's one of my favorite John Wick fight scenes.
Hell yeah, man. Was there any plot to it?
There was, but if you really try to dive into it, it gets a little bad.
Gotcha.
Like John's motivations weren't exactly making a ton of sense throughout the movie. It's like at the beginning he wants to kill everyone on the high table, and by the end it's like everything's kind of gone. Donnie Yen seems to be blind for no reason.
He's always blind.
They pulled a Rogue One.
Yeah.
Why do we keep putting Donnie Yen in movies and handicapping him?
Yeah, he's so cool.
He's so cool, and now it's like, really, John Wick is like fighting this blind guy and not winning immediately. Like, he's blind. Come on, this is so unrealistic.
Yeah,
and so it's
he
like,
would just
I just
shoot
want
him in the face.
Exactly. I just want to see John Wick versus Donnie Yen with the ability to see.
Yeah.
And I want him to go to town. I want it to be freaking sick.
And what you're really saying is you want to see John Wick versus Ip Man.
Exactly. There was one scene where Donnie Yen gets a guy backed up, and he just pulls and he just like wails on him like 17 times, and the punch noises are like, it's like super awesome. It was straight up Ip Man. It was awesome.
That's a great movie. Ip Man.
I love those. Those are the best martial arts movies. I mean, you got The Protector, you got Boyka, you got Ip Man.
When Ip Man fights all those guys in that martial arts studio that are wearing all
10
white
black belts.
Yeah. Badass. He's just like breaking their arms, couple punch. You just like bloody, nasty ass fight, and he's he is like no mercy on these guys. There.
Yeah, that's the Ip Man versus the 10 black belts fight scene.
Such a cool scene.
It's one of the most highly watched single martial arts scenes. I think it's like very popular.
Yeah, so go check out Ip Man if you haven't, and Ip Man, reach out to us for a little sponsorship deal. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that was my thoughts on John Wick. It was, obviously it is what it is. They're super fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
and I was shocked to hear that Dominic hadn't seen them and that we didn't watch any of them last semester. It's devastating.
I can't believe we didn't watch any of those. Yeah, seriously.
It is devastating, bro. I mean,
we had the couch set up and everything for movies. We watched a lot of movies, though. We did.
We did, but that should have been one of them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What'd you guys watch?
Well, we also talked about watching The Dark Knight the whole time. We never did that either.
Yeah, we've seen that so much. It's like we watched a lot of good stuff. We started with Hacksaw Ridge very early on.
I cried.
Dominic and I were tearing up watching Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, getting a little emotional.
I mean, we watched The Northman. That was an amazing night.
Dude, we watched The Northman while drinking mead out of a horn.
Well, why? Absolutely.
So that was fun. That movie almost feels like you understand it better when you've had like a couple drinks. It's like you need to be like whacked out to fully comprehend the movie.
You have to be in the Viking headspace. You gotta get some mead out of a horn.
Exactly.
Get yourself ready. Like it's like, dude, like try to be a Viking while this is going on.
Right. Yes, that's what it was.
That's great.
We watched that one with Chris Hemsworth, The True Story, where he's a soldier in Afghanistan.
Oh yeah.
Well, you weren't there, were you? That was me, Joey, and Trafton, wasn't it?
Trafton told me about that. He told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we watched that one up there. I can't remember what it's called.
The Dirt. We watched The Dirt.
We watched The Dirt, and it was awesome. The Motley Crue story.
The Dirt was awesome. A good movie.
The next day, Trafton's blasting Motley Crue. You know.
Did you guys
Apparently, there's one on Fleetwood Mac now too.
Did you guys see Mick Mars is suing Motley Crue?
For what?
So I don't know if you guys caught any of this. Motley Crue is doing another tour.
I did see that, which is like, come on, guys. You had a farewell tour.
Despite in 2014 signing a contract that said that they would never tour again. They've been on a tour, and Mick was on it. And then they're going on this tour again, and Mick will not be on it. They said John 5 is going to be playing guitar. Instead, and they basically said, "Oh, Mick's, he's too old. He's just not, he's not going to be touring anymore. He's kind of done." I got to pull up an article here to get the details right. But I think what happened here is that Mick is not happy with the use of live tracks live. Let's see what we got here. No, he sues the band for allegedly kicking him out. So they sort of coaxed him into not touring. They're saying, "Oh, he's missing notes, blah blah blah. He's too old, this and that." Which, by the way, you want to talk about missing notes? Just listen to your boy Vince.
If someone's getting kicked out, it needs to be Vince. Singing every eighth word.
Oh my goodness.
So here's a quote from attorney Ed McPherson, who's representing Mick. It says, "It's beyond sad that after 41 years together, a band would try to throw out a member who is unable to tour anymore because he has a debilitating disease." Quote, "Mick has been pushed around far too long in this band, and we're not going to let that continue." It's a 29-page lawsuit. Now, if you guys don't know, Motley Crue owns, they own all of their discography, which is pretty rare for a band. So they're actually they're a company. So here's what we got here. October, Motley Crue announces that Mick Mars, 71 years old, was retiring for medical reasons. And the band said in a statement that they accept Mick's decision to retire from the band due to challenges with his health. However, we never really saw anything from Mick's end saying that was the case. It was really just on the band's page that this stuff was said. Why is our video going away when I pull up it's pretty annoying. All right, but anyway, that's the gist of it. He's suing because he feels he was kicked out of the band, that he's not being paid royalties. He's upset that they're using too many tracks live. Mick says that Nikki Sixx is not really even playing bass live.
Wow.
That most of Vince's, vocals are on tracks, and they still sound terrible, and that he carried this band for 40 years, and that now he's too old to tour, and they want to cut him out. And that's the way he feels about it. And
they're all too fucking old to tour. They shouldn't even be trying at this point. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I feel bad for Mick, because Mick, if for anybody who knows, is the only musician in Motley Crue. I mean, they wouldn't have even made it out of Tommy's apartment if Mick Mars wasn't in that band. He's all of his guitar parts, everything that he is, Nikki, I think the producer said when they were doing the first or the second Motley Crue record, the producer was like, "The label told me, get Nikki through this. Like, the dude can't play do 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 do. He can't. He can't. His timing's terrible. Blah blah. Now he's gotten better since then, but it's like, the audacity of a band to throw out their best member. And then I think what really upset Mick too was that apparently they're like writing new songs with John 5. And he's like, well, what the hell? I thought this was a touring guy. This is my band here. All of a sudden, he's not just my touring replacement. He's my band replacement. He you know, and then maybe that was something to do with it. That was never part of the deal.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. It's ugly. It's ugly.
Yeah.
Though.
I mean, you'd hope that something like this maybe just kind of gets the band to realize that it's time to let the legacy rest.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it's like let the legacy be where it's at. You don't need to try and make Motley Crue go until you all croak. You know, it's like,
yeah. Well, I think that's part of it too, is overstaying your welcome. Like Breaking Bad did a really good job of like they did 5 seasons and that was it. Boom.
yeah,
If we were currently on Breaking Bad season 12 and he was dealing with yet another dangerous drug dealer, it's like, dude, I've seen this before. That's what happens to a lot of shows.
It's like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Like they were good up until like season 5 or 6, and then they just kept fucking going. There was no need to keep going, and then everyone just they were like, all right, we can't do this anymore. We're out.
It's what we were talking about.
Money
over art. They're just gonna keep juicing this thing until it's done. Whereas like you get a band like, you know, My Chemical Romance, they break up after 4 records at the tippity top of the mountain, and then they come back. Guess what? They're even bigger than when they left because they made a strategic decision to leave and to create this desire for more. You know, people don't like actually when there's too much of a good thing. They end up being like, okay, I feel like and if something's even slightly below par, it's like, oh boy.
Well, don't even go through the trouble of all like going back into something or coming back or making a new season or something if it's going to be subpar. Like if it's not going to be good, just don't even do it. It's not worth it.
And nobody going to see Motley Crue in 2023 thinks, oh, this is going to be a good show.
Yeah, no shot.
They're just thinking, I'm seeing Motley Crue. These guys are like legends of the 80s.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
it's like,
I you could get the guys from Led Zeppelin together right now to go on tour, and I wouldn't be buying tickets. 'Cause 1, they're going to be $300.
Yeah.
2, Robert Plant can't even hit those notes anymore. And they're not cool looking anymore. And that's part of it too. When you watch a Led Zeppelin show on YouTube, look how sexy they are. Like the whole time they're performing, they're young, they're sick. You know, they don't look cool anymore. They look like old guys. And old guys and rock don't mix that well.
Well, that's why
unless it's Michael Starr.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because like I mean, they still
look so young.
don't look bad. Yeah, they don't look bad for being old, and they still can perform.
Yeah, it is miraculous how good they look. I mean, they must. It must be something they've talked about, right?
Yeah.
Like staying in fairly decent shape.
Totally.
Especially for a guy as old as Michael.
Yeah,
because obviously he's probably Spider. You know, Spider's not in the best shape, but like Michael is definitely the one that appears to be most at risk of, you know, getting a bigger belly and looking a little bigger, you know, but he doesn't. He's in great shape for his age, you know?
Yeah,
and it's a big deal for the look of the band.
And he sounds good for not his age. Just in general.
Seriously, he sounds amazing.
Sounds better than he did when he was 24, I'm guessing. Like, literally, he's gotten better. Oh, God. So hot.
Yeah,
let's take a look.
Dude.
We love it.
Oh, God. It's so sexy. Remember on the first episode, we were kind of talking about this record when it came out? Well, now Lucas has it.
The vinyl is really cool, too. It's like purple and pink with like tie-dye.
Yeah, and Lucas just found this in the wild out there at a record store in Raleigh.
Out in the wild. It's not just that the vinyl is signed. It has a signed little poster in there.
God, those guys are
signed by all 4 of them.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That show was killer. I still think about that show.
It was amazing. I just thought about it the other day because I forgot to tell Double about how Michael Starr was like pointing at me at the beginning of the show.
Yes. It was amazing.
I was like, gosh, I think he was looking at me.
Dude, I was behind you, and I was like, he was definitely looking at you, not at me. He was looking at because you had your headband on and you have your long drippy hair.
Yeah, I looked like I was in the band.
Leggings, come on.
Yeah, he was into it.
You got to dress up for the show, man.
Oh,
Hell
dude,
yeah.
I just bought yesterday. I got Beartooth tickets.
Oh, where?
Marathon. They're coming
Nice.
with Trivium, so we're gonna see Trivium and Beartooth, and then Maria, our friend Maria, is trying to get us to go see Bad Omens at Marathon as well.
I want to see Bad Omens so bad.
I don't like that. To me, Bad Omens is I Prevail 2.0. Like, I
feel like their I Prevail sprinkled with Bring Me the Horizon.
yeah. Obviously the Bring Me influence, but like
I
in
really
terms
do
of
like Bad Omens,
generic.
though.
It's I Prevail like, but don't get me wrong, some of their stuff's catchy, but that's also the case with I Prevail. It doesn't mean I'm in love with the sound, like,
Yeah.
It's just a little too generic for you.
and I only like 3-4 songs by him, so I'm not gonna go probably to the show. They would have to be opening for somebody for me to want to do that. I am gonna probably buy these Avenged Sevenfold Falling in Reverse tickets
As soon as it's possible, because they
2
got the
days.
whole death bat thing. I don't know if those people are allowed to buy them right now or what.
I think maybe tomorrow they are. Them with like people who have like a City Saver card or some weird shit like that Ticketmaster has lined up. Whatever. I know it's gonna be expensive because it's at Bridgestone. It's gonna be $100 probably.
Dude, it's so tough because it's like, do I buy one for Bridgestone not knowing if I'll be able to go? So I don't lose the chance, you know?
Where's the concert?
It's September 22nd, Falling in Reverse and Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh.
The first time they've played a show in like 8 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first tour in 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
You might not be able to go, yeah, because
And so I'll be in med school,
Yeah.
right? And they are playing Charlotte, North Carolina, which is, you know, a lot less hours. It's probably only 3 hours away, 3.5. But who knows if I'll be able to go to that either? And do I want to go alone?
I'm curious
tough.
what Shadows is going to sound like.
Right. Yeah, it's either way, it's so exciting, but it's like, dude, I have to see Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, they were my #1 band like 2 years in a row on Spotify. You know,
And
it's
frankly, you can't get a better opener.
and it's Falling in Reverse with them. I mean,
And I'm guessing Falling gets an hour because
That's
they're
a
not,
dream
'cause
concert.
That's not a small band anymore. This is a huge band now. So, you know, Falling in Reverse probably gets an hour. There's probably a band opening for Falling in Reverse.
I wonder.
Just it'll be some like local band or whatever. So there's probably 3 or 4 bands. But Falling in Reverse definitely gets an hour if I had to guess. And they'll play obviously all the new stuff, but they'll also play I'm Not a Vampire, probably Just Like You. Like just all the stuff that he normally sprinkles in there. It would be sick if he played like Guillotine 4 or something awesome.
Something heavy, you
But
know?
then I'm guessing Avenged plays for an hour 40. Like they do long shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see Avenged Sevenfold, dude.
Yeah, I just imagine like seeing like Sinister Gates and like Shadows.
I wonder what day of the week both of those are. What is September 22nd?
I mean, if it's a weekend, you should be able to, right?
I should be fine. I mean, I'm in school. It's like I've got, you know, weekends are fine, right?
It's Friday.
Oh, Friday night?
It's a Friday night, so you would have to take off
doable,
Thursday.
right?
Unless you have an exam, you could do it.
I think that every Friday, there goes Chungus. I think that every Friday at this school it's like quiz day.
Oh, really?
But that's during the day, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he wouldn't be able to do that and then make it
I'd
in
be
8 hours.
hours away. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but you have the Charlotte one, right? That's not
He
8
could
hours
do the
away.
Charlotte one, but I think he was talking about coming here.
I wonder
to
what
see it with
day the
me
Charlotte
and
one is.
Because Luke and I are definitely going to this. Like we already
Yeah,
talked, like, spent a lot of money on it, but don't care.
That's
Don't give a
really
fuck.
tough. The Nashville one might be difficult.
Yeah.
I wonder what day. Let's see.
What kind
It's
of
probably going to be a
set list do you
Friday,
think they'll-
Saturday as well. That's probably how they do that stuff.
Oh
It's
no,
gonna be a weekend.
Charlotte is 9/19, so
so that's
3
way
days
later.
before. So like a Tuesday.
No way. Who the hell does a
Jeez.
concert on a Tuesday night?
The
Yeah,
Devil Wears
that's
Prada.
really tough.
Dude, the Devil Wears Prada and August Burns Red had a show at Marathon on a Tuesday night, and it was Marathon packed, full, wall to wall. And the Devil Wears Prada, Jeremy, the guitarist and this other singer, he's like, what the fuck? He's like, why are there this many people here on a Tuesday? And I guess they had even broken down that day, and they didn't know if they were gonna make it
Oh no.
to the show. They like got there at 5 and they went on at like 7 or something.
Wow.
So like, you know, August Burns Red literally set up, sound checked for them so that they could just show up and play.
That's sick.
Which was nice because like Luke and I bought the tickets an hour before the event, and we're like, how bummed would we have been if like we just got here and they weren't playing? I would have just left. I would have gotten.
That would have been horrible.
I would have gotten a refund and left because August Burns Red. I didn't even enjoy because it's just like heavy music live. If you don't know it, it's not that sick.
Yeah, unless you know it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know it, it's not sick at all. It's just that's all you hear. Like if you know it, you know the words. You can hear him sing. Like, but if it's a country singer or whatever, you can hear a country singer and be like, "Well, at least I know what's going on here, and I've never heard this record." It's really hard to translate a heavy performance live to people who haven't heard it.
Yeah, and I've been jamming more Devil Wears Prada this year than any other year.
I know, dude. They're so good. Right?
Their new record's so awesome.
Such a great record. And then Reaching, and then their last really their last 3 records have been sick. Like To the Key of Evergreen is such a good song, dude. I've been blasting To the Key of Evergreen.
I'll have to give that a listen.
And Daughter. And the Space EP, like Alien on the Space EP is so sick, dude. It's so heavy. And he's talking about the alien. And right before it goes into a breakdown, he's like, talks about from their mouths is dripping. And then he goes, acidic saliva. It's so heavy. It's such a rippy
It's like some
breakdown.
serious metal stuff.
Yeah, dude. It's awesome. And then
that's funny.
An Asteroid Towards Earth or whatever the last song on there is so epic. So check out the Space EP.
Space EP, Evergreen.
Yeah, To the Key of Evergreen is like,
I've got some stuff to listen to.
Yeah, the super, and then they both fall into what I would call the second half of Prada's career. That's a different sound than Danger Wild Man,
right.
Des Moines, all that stuff sounds very different. Anyway, guys, hey, listen, I'm gonna have to call a wild card here because it's the girlfriend's birthday. We're about an hour and a half in, and I got to get rolling here.
I mean, honestly, I'm okay with that because I was thinking about it anyway because I would have to leave before 5:30. So
I'm actually about to go pack for a camping trip I'm going on tomorrow.
So it sounds like we're all good with wild card.
Tomorrow, me and Lexi, we bought the campsite. It was like $90 for 2 nights.
But where are you going?
We're going to the Blue Ridge Parkway right by Asheville.
Bro, that is such a great spot. I want to go there so bad.
Yeah, so we bought a $30 tent and we set it up to make sure it was fine. It's totally awesome.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
We've got all the shit and we're totally driving out there tomorrow. It's like 4 hours from me, I think.
Are you grilling?
And we bought the thing so that we can make a fire and just throw some meat on our little thing and hold it over the fire and grill it up.
Dude, nice. That's amazing.
Don't forget
cooking over the fire. Yep, I've got the bows right here, ready to go.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
Like a frisbee or something too.
Yeah, they have like volleyball nets and everything, and it's a pretty cool campground. It's like for RVs and stuff, and they're also for tents and everything. But they actually have multiple trails at the campsite that go through the Blue Ridge Mountains and stuff, and you get to, it's like really cool stuff. So we're gonna go there. I saw there was a family-owned winery nearby, so like we're gonna do all sorts of cool stuff next couple of days. And then Zach shows up on Sunday.
That's right.
Go.
That's right. So next week, live in-person episode. But and then it'll be a longer episode, obviously, because me and Lucas will be kind of infinitely free at the same times because I won't be working next week, and I'm sure we can fit something in to at least get one of you two on, Sean or Dommy.
I'll have more time next week because the Irish bartender will be back, so I'll have.
So hopefully a 4-piece podcast next week.
A 4-piece. We need the 4-piece.
And then we'll have some stuff set up. It'll be awesome. But that's No Means No podcast episode 8. That's 2 months, by the way, guys.
Nice. This is episode 2 months.
Did anybody expect my camera to fall when I said 2 months?
Boom.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wild card. We'll see you next week.